Hey everyone, this is Laurie Delgradecki, and I am here with you for one of my Laurie's lessons. And tonight we're going to talk about how confidence grows through repetition. And so I'm really glad you're here tonight because I think that this is one of those type lessons that, like, every single one of us needs to hear because it's simple. It's the truth that confidence grows through repetition. And so just think about that for a moment. Like, I've had so many people tell me, Lori, I just wish I had your confidence. If I had your confidence, I could do this video. I could speak in front of this group. I could go and do this. And I always smile because if you knew me years ago, you would know that confidence was definitely not something I was born with. Many years ago, 30 years ago, I was perfectly fine staying in the church nursery, watching my kids and the other kids, and not talking to anybody over the age of 3. Confidence wasn't handed to me, but it was built. One conversation, one presentation, one business meeting, one website, one client, one speaking engagement, one Facebook Live once those started, one coaching session, one lesson, all the above at a time. And so when I was running, I ran the Nashville Networking Business Luncheon. It was if I can say so myself, the best networking in Nashville area for 16 years, every Thursday and every Friday in different cities, 8 different cities all over the Nashville area in Middle Tennessee for 16 years. And we had 30 to 50 people at every one. I had speakers at each one. I had trainings at each one where people would learn things. And we had all kinds of networking and people getting to know each other. And people would always tell me that. I don't see how you do so well. Well, that was it. I did it for 16 years, every single Thursday and Friday. So that was a lot of work and a lot of consistent doing, right? And doing it over and over and over. People often believe that confident people have something that they don't, and that's not true. Confidence is, confidence isn't the start, right? It's not the starting line. Confidence is the finish line of consistency. I did it consistently for 16 years. Most people are waiting to feel confident before they even begin, but that's backwards. You become confident because you begin. Think about just like riding a bicycle. Were you confident the first time? Probably not. You probably fell over. You probably wobbled. You might have even scraped your knee, right? But imagine if after falling one time, you just decided, well, I'm just not meant to ride a bike. Would that sound ridiculous? Probably not to everybody, but to most people, it probably would. And that's exactly what so many people do in life, right? They try something once, maybe twice. It doesn't go perfectly, and they quit. Whether it's building a business, whether it's network marketing, whether it's real estate. I've worked and coached so many different realtors over the last 30 years, and there's so many that don't ever make a commission. And then there's many that only make one or two commissions, right? It it takes confidence, it takes consistency, it takes doing it over and over. When a toddler is beginning to walk, they do it over and over, right? Till they get it. They don't say, "Hey, I'm giving up on this walking thing," right? So the same thing, whether it's sharing your faith, whether it's starting a ministry, whether it's speaking in front of people on Zoom, on video, on live streams, in person, on stages, whether it's making sales, whether it's recording videos, or simply just introducing yourself to someone new. The first few times usually feel uncomfortable, and that's normal. Most people are like that. But growth almost always begins with discomfort. And the problem is that many people mistake that discomfort for a sign to just stop. But it's usually a sign that you're actually growing. So, one of my favorite sayings is practice doesn't make perfect, but it does make progress. Every single time that you show up, you're learning. Every conversation will teach you something. Every presentation will teach you something. Every mistake will teach you something. Every no still teaches you something. Success isn't built on perfection, it's built on repetition. I've been in sales for over 30 years, right? In my own company, as well as I've been a distributor for many different companies. And I've heard lots of no's. I don't let it hurt my feelings. I don't get upset about it. It's okay because I'm looking for the people that want to say yes. That's all. And, you know, decades in business, decades in relationship marketing and teaching and training and coaching. And people often ask me, how did I become so successful? How did I build these businesses up from the ground that I started? And the answer's not always glamorous. My kids will tell you that because they saw the backside, right? But I simply kept showing up. I kept learning. I kept improving. I kept serving people. I kept reading. I kept studying. And over time, that confidence naturally followed. And the same thing happens in our spiritual lives. You know how you become confident praying? By praying more. How do you become confident in studying God's word? By studying God's word more. How do you become confident in sharing your testimony? By sharing your testimony over and over. Whether it's your faith testimony, whether it's your business testimony or your product testimony, faith grows the very same way through repetition, through consistency, and through daily obedience. It's not because every day is exciting. Is because every single faithful step matters. And just remember, the enemy loves to whisper, you're not good enough. You'll never be able to do that. Somebody else is better than you. Do you see them? They're better than you. But just think about it. God simply says, take the next step. That's all he asks. He doesn't ask for perfection. He just simply asks for faithfulness. Make one more phone call. Take one more lesson. Pray one more prayer. Do one more act of kindness in the world. Take one more opportunity to encourage someone. Because little by little, your confidence will grow. So think about where you are today compared to 5 years ago. Like, are there things that are completely natural now that once maybe terrified you? Why do you think that is? It's because you kept going, because that repetition removes the fear. So I want to encourage you with this thought. Don't wait till you feel confident. Don't wait till things are perfect. Like many of I try to fix my hair a little bit. I try to put some makeup on. I try to look nice for most of my videos. But I've done many videos with my hair up in a ponytail, no makeup on, just got out of the pool, or we just walked on the beach, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference, right? Start now, take one small step, then another, and then another. And especially when you're raw and real with people, they get it. Because then they can see that, hey, maybe I could do this too. I used to have when my kids were younger, and at the time, at one point, we had 4 dogs in the house. We had like 7 cats in the house, and they would all, like, I would have cats sitting up on my chair. I would have dogs walk around in the background. Some of you might remember me from back then. And I still did it, right? Because it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to do it. And one day you'll wake up and realize that the thing that once intimidated you has now become one of your greatest strengths. So I want you to think about this. I have lots of favorite verses, but one of my favorite ones is Galatians 6:9, and it says, "Let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." That's huge, right? You can't leave off that last little part. If we faint not. God doesn't ever ask us to be perfect. He just asks us to be faithful. He just asks us to keep doing, to keep showing up, to keep learning, to keep growing, to keep trusting. Because confidence isn't something that you just find, it's something that you build one faithful step at a time. So, thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. And remember, keep choosing faith and keep living with purpose. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. Have a great night.